It looked a bit lively at the end there after the final whistle. What did you see of it? What do you know of it? I mean, it did appear as if your goalkeeper might have been struck by a spectator.
Yeah, from what I heard, that's what happened. Someone attacked him from the crowd. But I didn't see it, so I have to see it again. But yeah, shame that things like that can happen in a football pitch.
Congratulations on your 3 points. Arsenal's first win away at Tottenham since you were the captain back in 2014. Your thoughts on the performance today?
Great to watch. I think it was a terrific match. I think we had some very, very good moments. I think we showed a lot of belief and determination, but as well a lot of quality to play the way we wanted to play, to dominate the game. And it's never easy to play in this way against this team in this particular stadium. So a lot of credit to the players with the courage that they showed.
We wanted to deliver a good result for our fans, because we know how important this type of game for them, but this game was important also for us, for the table, to try to improve the table.
We said to the boys, enjoy the opportunity. We have a job where we can make a lot of people happy, and today we had that opportunity, and I'm sure a lot of Arsenal fans are really proud and happy today to see the team the way we played.
Arsenal deserves to stay at the top of the table, deserve to fight to win Premier League. I think this season Arsenal and Manchester City, the two title contenders for the Premier League win.
Well, let's just deal with the individual who kicked Aaron Ramsdale. Tottenham, after the game, issued a statement saying that violence has no place in football, and went on to say that they will take the strongest possible action against that individual, including an immediate ban from the stadium. The Premier League also issued a statement backing the club and backing the course of action that they plan to take.
Yeah, whoever he is, if he hasn't already had a knock on the door, he'll be getting one sometime soon, if not tomorrow morning, off the police, and he'll be banned for life from football stadium, and so he should be. Unacceptable.
Right, as far as the game is concerned, because it was a great afternoon for Arsenal, and we'll look at the tactical battle very shortly, but these things can turn on the performances of a couple of individuals as well.
Well, I thought it was a tale of two goalkeepers, one who's full of confidence, playing really, really well in Ramsdale, and the other one, Lloris, who's had a great career but is really struggling for form and put his team under huge pressure again. And he's made errors, not the first this season. This is after 5 minutes, panicking or doesn't know whether to kick it long or whatever it is, puts his team under pressure. You don't want that. OK, he recovers well with a decent save, but it's him that actually starts that move. And then this is where the game really changed. I mean, it's just... I know it takes a little deflection off Sessegnon, but still, a Premier League goalkeeper, that shouldn't be going in the back of the net like that. Reaction should be quicker, and it can't be. And then all of a sudden, they're under huge pressure, or Tottenham, because of that. The second goal doesn't get any favours off his defender, Romero, by turning his back, but that's 25 yards out, and it's a yard inside the post. And if that's Ramsdale or Pope or Alisson or Edison, I don't think that those goalkeepers allow that in the back of the net. But on the other hand, the guy at the other end, he made some really good saves. That is, he's sharp out. Despite the dominance of Arsenal in the first half, he still had to make a couple of really good saves. And again in the second half, that's one you'd expect him to make. Another decent save, right height for him. Same thing again here from Richarlison, does really well, cuts it back on his right foot, and he's down sharp to his left-hand side. I've mentioned the good saves. This is the great save. From Sessegnon, he stands up, makes himself really big. That's such an important save, that is. Going in the back of the net and sticks that left leg out, and it was a superb performance from him.
Do you think a goalkeeper struggling for form induces more nerves, both from teammates and fans, than maybe any other position, from your experience?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's such an important position, isn't it? And you're seeing mistakes like that.
You can sort of hear the intakes of breath when it goes back to him.
Just even when Lloris got that ball, after I highlighted that after 5 minutes, you could hear the panic, if you like, in the stadium.
We talked about, or I mentioned that we were going to look at the tactical battle, which was very much won by Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal are a terrific side, technically. We know that, playing well. But the way Conte sets up this Spurs team tactically, it creates a negative mindset for me and the Spurs players. They go out onto the pitch, generally pragmatic, defensive, whoever they play, and I don't think the players are enjoying it. I don't think they are. It's this is how they set up. 5 at the back, against Arsenal's 3. Now, the problem is with that, of course, when the wing-backs are asked to do a job on the wide men, is you get an overload. And when you've got an overload of 7 versus 5 with the technical ability of Arsenal, you're creating a problem. Now, initially, some of the Tottenham midfielders trying to have a go, trying to have a press, but they got picked off really quickly in the game. Good play from Zinchenko, who was terrific today, by the way. In fact, you could have said that about a lot of Arsenal players. This doesn't lead to anything, but it shows how they got out. So what they did is they dropped off. There's the 5 in a straight line. Shouldn't be that way. Not really marking. They're more in zonal. There's the 4 dropping off because they can't get near Arsenal because of the overloads I've been talking about. This is a North London derby, by the way. Arsenal look like they're playing in a testimonial. They're having 2, 3 touches. Look at the space Xhaka's in. Gets his head up, takes his time. I'll give it Partey, see what he can do, back in. Where's the engagement? Look, players have a responsibility at times to dismiss what the manager's telling you and have an impact on the game, I think. And this is unbelievable for the goal. Partey looks forward. Look, there's the 5. There's the 3 Arsenal players. He can pass to any of them. They're free. Yeah. He's got all the time in the world. Drop off. No, they're too high, and they're not even seeing the run of one of the quickest wingers in the league. Someone who's brilliant one-on-one. He's got into the Tottenham box here, and they haven't done anything, Arsenal. Yes, it's a poor mistake, but you can't be that passive in a game of football, in a North London derby especially. Yeah. And again, there's your 5, there's your 3. Overloads in front. The midfield, to be fair, don't have a chance. Sometimes you can leave a derby and think some of the players don't look like they care, they didn't run about enough. They couldn't do anything. There was too many players around the midfield at times. They're chasing shadows. They got a bit better in the second half when they're climbing a mountain. Overloads at the back. Get away with it there. Good header out. And then Partey, look how much space he's got. I mean, he doesn't strike that very well, to be fair. But I think tactically in football, you can give the players something to at least, like, to get them excited. Like, come on, let's have a go today. Use their energy, use the athleticism, use their skill, use their freedom. The players don't look like that.
Because that's the thing as a fan. You know, you showed several examples there, and as a fan, particularly in a derby, you would be screaming at your players, go on, get stuck in, go on, engage them.
Well, that's what Conte would have been saying to his players at half-time, and it did improve a little bit in the second half when they're chasing the game. They've got no choice. They've got to open.
But how many times, Al?
Yeah.
But what you're saying is it's not really their fault in that situation because of how they're set up.
They're international footballers.
Yeah.
And sometimes in a game, you've been told to act or set up a certain way. You're getting popped. You're getting dominated, and you have to make some decisions. You have to make some decisions. And there wasn't enough leaders on that pitch to try and change the dynamic. Now, you could argue don't go against the manager, but when you're that passive in the first half of a game, you've got to do something.
It's a big lead for Arsenal at the top of the table now. It's 8 points. By the way, we're just showing the top 2 because we've still got Newcastle to show you. It's not because we think it's just 2 teams in a title race. Right, but we have a title race.
Well, Arsenal are flying. They're full of confidence, playing some incredible football. And do you know what? They had a bit about them today as well. You know, when Spurs came back into it in the second half, they were up for the fight and up for the battle.
2 centre-halves were great, weren't they?
Yeah, still have to play Manchester City twice, though.
And United.
And United as well next week. And Newcastle.
They're looking good, though. And Newcastle.
Well, let's not run through the whole of the Arsenal fixture list. Right.